Hey everyone, welcome to your practice. My name is Molly, and today we're going to be doing a feel-good full body practice that you could revisit daily because we change every day. We have different circumstances. These are really nice familiar postures that you can make your own depending on how your day went, what time of day it is, your energy, just how you're feeling emotionally, mentally, physically, all of the above. So that being said, please feel free to personalize any of these practices, really move into a more embodied space where you're letting your body and your breath kind of guide you instead of thoughts about what you should do or what this pose should look like, etc. And then use any props that you like. If you want to grab a bolster or some blocks, pillow, whatever you need to feel supported, to bring the ground up to you, and to invite more ease and less kind of straining would be great. Also, grab some music or set up your space in any way you'd like, lighting a candle, just separating what you were doing before, what you have to do after from your practice here and now. Before we get started, I wanted to mention that I have a health and fitness app. I'm also a physical therapist and I love programming strength and conditioning in conjunction with yoga. And you can get a free trial to my app listed below. And then after that, it's $15 a month, so really affordable. You'll get everything you need to combine your yoga practice with a strength and conditioning program that's really functional, balanced, effective, sustainable, and enjoyable for your life. So check it out. I think you'll like it. And then we're gonna get started in a kneeling seated posture. So Virasana, you could grab a bolster and put it between your calves and your thighs and sit back onto your heels. You could also roll up a blanket or go without any props. And then once you arrive here, land in your body, feeling your shins, your pelvis weighing down and feeling the crown of your head lifting up. So equal parts grounded and buoyant. And then if it feels comfortable for you, you can close your eyes down. And just take 3 simple breaths to arrive. Seal your lips together. Empty the air from your lungs. Then inhale in through your nose all the way to the top. Exhale out of your nose completely. Full inhale. Hold at the top. And then complete exhale. Final breath. Just stay here and linger for a moment longer. Notice maybe how the physical body, the breath has arrived. Maybe you can start to kind of gather the other layers of you. So your mental landscape, your emotional landscape, your energy. And feel free to create an intention for your class today. And if you don't want to think of one and want to roll with what I'm going for, these practices are just great for simple presence, finding space in your body, and then some sort of movement or energy flow. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Bring your hands to the outsides of your rib cage. And just take some shifts side to side, or maybe in a big circle. Keeping your pelvis relatively still and trying to move from above the belly button if possible. And then switch the direction of your circles. You can release your hands and continue with this kind of fluid, free movement, maybe sliding one hand and then the other up and down your thigh. And now you can bring your shoulders, roll them back. Maybe bring your spine a little bit more into it. A couple more breaths in your Virasana. Just let it feel good. And then release your prop if you're using it. Come into tabletop. All fours position. Suck your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Your toes can be tucked or untucked. And from here, a couple cycles of cat-cow. On your next inhale, drop your belly down. Lift your tailbone and your gaze up to the sky. Arch through the spine and pull your heart through your shoulders. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Push the ground way around through the back body and curl your tailbone down. Inhale, open up softly into your cow shape. Exhale, push around, compress, curl into your cat shape. Feel free to close your eyes if that feels good here. And keep breathing, fluid, steady breaths. You can stay in this linear cat-cow, and you could also explore with some curiosity into different angles and positions of your body, maybe circling, again, the rib cage, or taking some side bends. You could dip a shoulder and create some animalistic movements. About 3 or 4 more breaths here. Feel what your body wants to do today in this moment. Removing any comparisons, any shoulds. One more breath in, maybe create more space across the front of the body. One more breath out, maybe create more space on the back side of the body. Good, come back to a neutral spine. Kickstand your right foot out to the right side. Modified side plank. We're gonna open our pelvis to the left as we stretch our left leg long and ground down through the pinky toe. So pelvis is facing to the left, and then peel your left hand open to the sky. Gaze can follow your thumb. Engage your glutes to press your hips forward gently. And breathe into your left lung here. You could stretch your left hand overhead if that feels good. You can stay in stillness. You can wiggle around. Always your choice. Option to circle the top arm a few times, rolling it back, down and forward. Two more big breaths. Maybe think about creating a nice arch through the left side of the body and spreading the left ribs with your next inhale. Perfect. Plant your left knee and your left hand. Switch it out. Kickstand the left foot. Extend your right leg long. Pinky toe grounds down and right hand peels open to the sky. Broaden across your collarbones, the front of your chest. Engage your glutes to press your hips forward. Full breaths down the back of your throat, through the rib cage, all the way down to the belly and the sides of the waist. And then you can stay still, or you can experiment. You could circle the top arm a few times. Couple more breaths if you want to create that nice rainbow shape, pointing your right fingertips overhead and down towards the ground. Inflate your right lung with breath. Back to center. Bring your knees out wider, your big toes to touch in the center, and sit your hips back into child's pose. Walk your fingertips forward. We're going to take a little bit of an active child's pose. If you want to rock side to side first, if that feels good for you to move through the shoulders and kind of nestle back into the hips, start with that. And then we're going to roll all the way forward into cobra. So on an inhale, push down through your palms, round the spine, shift forward so shoulders stack over wrists, and then keep going. You're going to lower your thighs to the mat. Bring your feet out wide. Push through your palms and extend the crown of the head up towards the sky. If this high cobra feels like a lot, feel free to bend your elbows as much as you'd like, or you could even take Sphinx pose with your elbows supported on the mat. Let's move with breath. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, push through your hands, shift back to child's pose. Inhale, round forward from your child's pose all the way. As you exhale, lower your thighs and separate your feet. Inhale, cobra pose, extend, find space, find buoyancy through your spine, push through the tops of your feet. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, push through your palms, sit your hips back, child's pose. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open the front of the body. Exhale, return to your starting point. Good, 2 more rounds, this time 1 breath per movement. Inhale forward into cobra, 1 big breath. Exhale, child's pose. 2 more on your own. Let it feel good, fluid, 1 movement seamlessly transitions to the next in conjunction with your breath. Finishing up, take your time. Then once you go back to your child's pose, shift forward slightly so you can tuck your toes. Press through your palms and glide your hips up and back. Downward facing dog, pedal out your feet, sinking one heel and then the other to the mat. Press your heart back towards the tops of your thighs. Bend your knees as much as you need to maintain a long spine here. And feel into your body, feel into your down dog today. You could always use props underneath the hands. 2 blocks might feel nice. And feel your breath move through the back of your rib cage, all the way down to your belly. Maybe open your mouth inside out. Two more breaths to land. Feel what feels good here, what feels right for your body today. Gaze forward between your thumbs and walk your feet to the top of the mat. Landing in Uttanasana, forward fold. Once you get there, bend the knees again. Drop your head heavy. Let it hang, let it sway from side to side. Maybe you shake your head no. Fingertips could be on blocks, on your shins. You could wrap your hands across to opposite elbows. And then really slowly push down through your heels, roll up one segment of your spine at a time. Release any clasp you have of your arms. Then your upper spine and your head and neck and shoulders are the last to unfurl. And exhale, heart leads the way, hips hinge back, forward fold, Uttanasana. Circle chair, 2 more times, let it feel good. Rolling up the spine one segment at a time. Big exhale to fold back down. Maybe you zigzag side to side on this last one. And then as you complete your third one, sweep your arms overhead, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 options. You can move into Malasana if you want to bring your feet out wide. Your toes point outwards, your heels in. Sink your hips low in between your heels. You could also sit up onto a prop here. Hands will come to heart center and knees will push out into or elbows into knees, knees into hands, knees into elbows. You get it. Or you could come up a little higher and find kind of a goddess pose. So feet are really wide, hands onto your thighs. Inhale, push hands into thighs, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, dip your right shoulder down. Find a little twist, gazing over your left shoulder. Inhale back through center. Exhale, twist, left shoulder drops, gaze over the right. So either in your malasana or your goddess twist, or maybe a little bit of both. I'm going to take one more twist on each side in my goddess and then move towards malasana. Good. Couple more breaths in your hip opener. Let your body be the guide. Follow where it wants to go today. One more nice breath in. And exhale, release. If you're up in your goddess pose, go ahead and sink down towards malasana. And then press both of your palms into the mat. Step your left foot back. Lower your left knee down so you're in a low lunge. Left hand stays grounded. Twist open to the right. Right hand reaches up to the sky. 2 breaths. Find some expansion across the front of the chest. Good. Lower back down. Step forward to your malasana and switch it out. Right leg back. Right knee lowers. Right palm stays grounded. And use that kind of pressure into the ground to lift up and find buoyancy through the left fingertips as you twist open. 2 breaths. Release down, come to a seat, deer pose. Let's have our right leg leading. So right knee is gonna bend. You'll find external rotation of the right leg and internal rotation of the left. Sole of the right foot meets the left thigh somewhere. So this is a nice hip opener, just a little bit more gentle than pigeon pose. Turn your heart a little bit over towards the right knee. Inhale for a tall spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward. For a gentle fold, I would recommend having a prop nearby for this one if you'd like. Rest your forehead down onto your backs of your hands and then relax your shoulders from your ears. Notice if you're holding any unnecessary tension in the body. And release here. One more breath in. All the way down to the pelvic floor. Can you soften your hips and pelvis? Exhale, open your mouth, give it a sigh. Lift back up. Switch legs. Deer pose on the left. So left knee is pointing forward and leading the way. Right leg curls back behind you. Sole of the left foot towards the right thigh. Turn your heart over the left knee. Inhale for a tall spine. Exhale your version of your fold. You don't have to go far at all. You could use whatever props you want. You could also stay up and find some fluid movement here. It's really up to you. One more full inhale. Exhale, release. Remove your prop and roll onto your back. bring your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around the front of your shins or the backs of your thighs, depending on how your body is feeling today, and take a little rock side to side. So just gently massaging out the low back. You can make these bigger if you want and really roll all the way onto a side. Could do little circles and switch the direction of your circles. Good. Bring your feet out wide to the edges of the mat. A couple of windshield wipers. Drop your knees over to the right and back through center. Drop them over to the left. Back and forth. Close your eyes, maybe find some connection with the rhythm of your movement. One more on each side. Then drop them back over to the right and take a gentle twist. Open your left arm to the side, your gaze can follow. And then switch, knees roll through center, drop them to the left. This time take a twist, right arm extends. And back through center. Your knees can knock in towards the center in broken bridge, or you could extend them long into corpse pose, shavasana. Feel what you need today. And then pay attention to your arms, your hands. Do you want them grounded down onto your body, on your belly and your heart? Or do you want them open, resting on the ground, facing the sky? A few moments of rest, of restoration, of stillness and silence, of being with you here and now. Bring your attention back to your body. Soften your jaw and your brow. Drop your bones a little bit heavier. Let your skin widen on the mat. And if you can stay longer in your shavasana, please do. Otherwise, keep your eyes closed as you roll onto one side. And push through your palm to find a seat, a sukhasana, easy seat, crossing whatever shin in front that feels better for you. Eyes are still closed if that feels good, and take a little wiggle, a sway side to side, or maybe a cat-cow, just any final movements. Neck stretches. Eventually kind of circling back towards your center line into stillness. Hands on your knees. Lift up through the back of the skull. 360-degree breaths to finish out. So as we inhale, we're going to expand outwards through the belly, through the back body and the sides of the waist, as well as laterally or to the side through the rib cage and up through the top of the chest. So big inhale, filling the whole container of you. Complete exhale out of your nose. Let's do 3 more on your own. Creating space with softness. Maybe moving something through on the exhale, finding that energetic release and movement of breath. Final inhale. This time hold at the top for just a second. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. And then open your mouth for an exhale. Drop your shoulders, sigh it out. Just spend a moment noticing, how do you feel in your body, your mind, your heart and energetic space. Whatever you have found today, just know that you're benefiting yourself by meeting yourself honestly, maybe taking away whatever you feel off the mat into your life, noticing how you can approach each situation, relationship, whatever it is, honestly, with presence and space. You can start to rub your hands along your legs, maybe blink your eyes open. Let's take one more inhale together. Sweep your arms up to the sky, palms to touch in center. And exhale, hands move through the midline, either through your third eye or your heart, and take a little bow. In gratitude for the practice, for a few moments to meet yourself, to feel good. All right, I hope you feel great. Thank you for practicing with me. Please know that you can revisit this at any point and take it as it comes. So always modify, adjust, be embodied in your own being and see where it takes you. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.